I announced our acquisition last year with Europa Australia. And that's a closed captioning and subtitling company, essentially data insertion and extraction. A very smart company with some great IP and some really strong talents. I'm pleased to report that acquisition has been really powerful for us. We've redesigned a lot of the products, and we've taken that product from what was really essentially an Australia-based, Australia-centric product, and taken it into the rest of the world. Especially South America and also in Europe in terms of France, and we'll come back onto that later, so that's good. The other thing I would like to announce, and I'm allowed to say it now for the very first time, it's just been freed from embargo, is we just received $1 million order from the Grass Valley Group. We've been working on this for 4 months. It's a real example of the way we do work, and that is on a consultative basis with systems integrators, people like Grass Valley across the world, just to deliver exactly what the customer needs. So it's been 4.5 months of some pretty solid work, but it's great that the market seems to be moving and people are buying. So we've got a bottle of this which we're going to be opening later on the booth sometime, so I'm not certain when. But I just wanted to announce that because I'm really proud of the team for getting that as well. So that's it from me. I might pop in, as I'm often accused of doing from time to time, as is one. But I'm going to hand you over to Jeff McNall, who's in charge of our sales and marketing, and he'll run you through some of the new product introductions. Thanks.
Thank you, Carl. I'm Jeff McNall, Sales for the Americas and Market Development. So today we're going to talk a little bit about HDCC, our closed caption card or subtitling card, I believe you see in Europe. Our IM series video monitors, what's new, and also our F116 and our M216. So our closed caption card, this is a card that we designed that can fit into different types of frames, in a 2RU, 3RU, and as Carl mentioned, we've had some very recent successes with this. In Australia, they have closed caption on the air because of these cards. There were deadlines that had to be met, and we met them. So we're looking forward in Europe to be able to work with European markets for the standards that are used over here. We like to think of it as more than text. It's data insertion. So there can be lots of many things that can happen. It can talk to set-top boxes, things like that. Vital link for transcoding. There's different formats in the world, so rather than taking text and having to retype it, if you can transcode it, that's a huge workload efficiency, and that's what this is able to do. And once again, designed to fit into popular frames, eVerts, the Ross open gear, etc.
I think before we go to the next slide, I just want to underline what Jeff was saying there about the transcoding between global formats, because that's really important. So, for example, if you're in the UK and you're purchasing the Oprah Winfrey show, for whatever reason you want to buy that show, but it's a popular show, it's great. You, right now, would have to reinsert the closed captioning into your standard. With this card, you don't have to do it. So, as Jeff said, it's an incredible efficiency.
So it's try to simplify closed caption here, but it is fairly complicated in how it works. It's not something you go to the store and say, give me some cards, and then you're on that afternoon. Each facility has unique requirements, and as Carl mentioned, we're an extension of their engineering. So we say, what keeps you up at night? Let's help you find a solution for this.
I think a lot of people have asked me since the acquisition, why did we get into closed captioning and subtitling and data insertion and extraction? Because Wohler is synonymous with audio and video monitoring, so it's a valid question, it's a good question. The reason is it fits in with our philosophy, which is we want to be an extension of our customers' engineering team. We want to consult with them, we want to find out what their headaches are, we want to find out what keeps them awake at night, and we want to solve it. And so it's been a really good match so far.
And even a greater announcement is our newest addition to the Wohler family. He's sitting in the back row, but next year he's going to be in the front row. Renaud Desport.
Welcome, Renaud.
He's well known in Europe as a closed caption expert, subtitling expert, so we're very happy to have him on board. This gives us a European presence, somebody in the same time zone. He's based out of Paris, so to take care of all our Wohler products and also to be a specialist with closed captioning, as we also have a team in Australia. So I think we've covered a lot of the time zones around the world and a lot of the issues that will be
I only actually met Renaud for the first time 2 weeks ago. Was that right? He came over for an interview. But I felt as though I'd known him for about 2 years, and as he walked into my office, I told him this because I'd been following his work in Europe in subtitling, and as I was saying it, I thought, it seems as though I'm a bit of a stalker, and I could see this look of horror on his face. I said, oh, I've been following you for 2 years, but this is the first time we've really met. So all the applications and projects that I have been looking at, he's been involved in a lot of them and came really highly recommended. So we are really happy to have him on board. As Jeff said, it now gives us presence in EMEA, and EMEA is a very large market for us. It's a very important market. And I think this is another example of our dedication to EMEA. So we now have offices in Australia, California, Hong Kong, and now Paris. So welcome aboard, Renaud.
His business cards are just going through customs now as people. So if you come by the booth later on, then you can have, the ink might be a little wet, so dry it first, but his business cards will be in. Now I'll talk about our RM series video monitors. We've been showing these for a while. But we've added something at NAB. Everybody says, well, the vector scope is nice. That's where you get the little graph built into it. I'd also like to have waveform as well. So now we've instituted it for some of our RM series monitors. So we listed at NAB, and then we have implemented now. And we've added a 20-inch model that's been extremely popular. We have a 15 and a 17-inch that go into the rack. And so it's the same menus as our whole series here.
We're really excited by the RM series. I think it's a really cost-effective solution, and it's got so much in it. And if you look at this, it's got video waveform, timecode display, 8-channel level metering. It's essentially got even a little tiny speaker. So there's an awful lot in a very small package, which again fits into our compact and convenient philosophy. But I'm really impressed with these. I'm very impressed with the price point, and we're doing very well with them. And some of the units, the new units, will also have closed captioning. We will later on, even though I know I'm not supposed to speak about it yet, but we don't have anything on it for you, I'm afraid. But we will have a separate box, which will be about the size of that, which will allow you to decode closed captioning onto any monitor at all. It's just got a DVI output. And that will be a very cost-effective solution. What we found at NAB and at subsequent trade shows has been that a lot of the major players need to have closed caption decoding on their LCD monitors, so that's what we're going to give them. Finish with this one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So the AMP116, the AMP216, at NAB you saw both these models. The AMP1 was put together about 2 weeks before NAB as pieces on a table, and we had a prototype. I can say we're now shipping this product. We're very excited about it. It has so many features in a 1RU. It's amazing. It will be on display. We're sharing a booth with HHB. That will be at 8E54, and you can look at it there and play with it and touch it and so on. Dolby D capable, Dolby E capable, and it's Dolby Digital Plus capable when Dolby releases that into the market. So, Dolby Digital Plus is making some penetration here. These units are ready, all designed for it.
We've got excellent feedback on the AMP116 and the AMP216 at NAB. And even though the AMP116 was only prototype, it's an incredible platform. I'm very pleased and impressed with our engineering team. We've actually added to our engineering team. We've added more designers across the world. As I mentioned, we have an R&D development team in Australia as well as California. But the AMP116 really is the world's most powerful and most versatile 1U audio and video monitor. There are 3 OLED screens on it. You get 16 channels simultaneously. But what I really love about the design is the platform base. It's actually got 5 FPGAs built into it, which essentially means to us that we can adapt it. So if a client comes to us and says, this is great, but I need it to accept IPTV, we can add software which will allow it to do that. So the hardware platform essentially remains the same. So it's a great product. We're really pleased with it, and the order book says that the people like it.
And our AMP2, that's our 2RU, which is kind of the next generation for people that have had the 8-channel units, the 4-channel units, and the 2RU. That's 16 channels, and it's sort of a mix and match smorgasbord of what you need. Some facilities don't worry about AES, other ones deal purely in AES. So you can pick the different cards that you want to create different things. You can create numerous channels